Selena, Alessandro, welcome to BizTalk. That's my great pleasure having you with me today. How are you?
Super fine. Hi, Max. Thanks for your time and to be in BizTalk. That's a pleasure.
It's all mine. So let's give it a bit of your background, both of you, of course.
Selena, first you.
Yes, I think that it's important then to talk about us together. However, I started in international marketing industry really many years ago when carrying mostly big brand and big companies for their international development. But after a long period also working in a digital industry and mostly for some Italian broadcaster as a producer and a content producer and also as an anchor woman for some of them, I decided to invest my knowledge, my skills, my time, dedicating them to small and medium enterprises, because you know that Italy is a very rich of small and medium excellent enterprises, and some of them were and now are ready for growing in abroad. And I specialized myself during the year of the Expo 2015. Now we are so close to the next Expo in Dubai, but the Expo 2015 that it was in Milan. So I think that all of us remembered that incredible experience for our country and mostly for the world generally, because the focus in that case of the main issue was food and sustainability of food. That there were very new keywords in that time. So I focused on myself on food for these small enterprises, starting with them all around the world and working to develop them mostly on UK market. And so from them, I think that now I can count more than 40 cases of success, cases of Italian brands that with me arrived and are arriving now to UK. Then I met Alessandro, so I think it's good if you talk about you.
And the team started.
Yes, and the team started.
So we met actually, during that time, during the Expo. After that, I came back in Italy after a long time in living in Australia. Then I was also able, with my first company in Italy that was focused on food and crowdfunding, to go in California, in Silicon Valley especially. It's been a pleasure there to meet a lot of startuppers, but a lot also founders and also mentors. That has been a great experience for myself, like a young engineer and like a young entrepreneur. In that time, I met Selena for sharing some projects on the digital side and of course on the business development and export, because we are speaking about mostly goods company, so producer, excellent producer. And from there, we started to come in London, where we are now, to like launch pop-ups and to help this company to understand better the market, to understand how to position their products. And for there, we decided to found Foodon Lab Ltd, that is our company in the UK, that is focused mostly on export of sustainable and high quality premium food products, mostly from Italy. And from there, we started the experience of the two brands that we are growing, that are Pupivo, dedicated, you can see behind us, at premium extra virgin olive oil. It's the richest selection of premium extra virgin olive oil from Italy, and not only, it will be also worldwide. And then EGRO, that is the business and the brand that we are speaking about today with Max.
Thank you. So let's don't wait and start talking about your venture, the last one?
EGRO, it means experiential grocery. Why? Because we think that, especially in food, experience is the first interaction that we have to have, like food is, but then like human being. And knowledge, like Socrates says, knowledge makes you free. In this case, is freedom of choose. Freedom of choose, like knowing where the food is from, how it's made, and how to use it the best, and how to choose so the best ingredients for our everyday diet and everyday life. We are focused on grocery. If you want to speak about on the problem, because we are really focused on this.
We tested our model EGRO during the last crazy time, as pandemic we can define. And I think so that what now we are talking about is what people really tried day by day. And for example, the first question is how to choose it, because during the pandemic, when people had really a longer time dedicating to how to choose something, staying at home, for example, everyone focused our attention to something that is very, very important for our health, for example, but for the environment too. So how to choose what then come on our table? Where is coming from this product? How did you produce it, or who did produce it? Sorry, or how can I use? And also, how can I store it? That it's very important. Or why is it different from that one? Why has it a different price? That it's very important for quality product. And then why to choose it? How does it taste? What is good for? What are the main ingredients? Is it suitable, for example, for my own lifestyle or my needs? Or why should I use it? And these are only some, common questions that we collected directly on the market from our customers. This is the problem. And where is the answer to all of these questions?
So the scenario, it's so we understand we are in a grocery. So the moment where everybody of us goes to buy food, and we understood working in this market that there is a gap. It's a gap of innovation, but also of availability of information. So and the gap is stood in the knowledge of who is managing the store, who is present in the store, like the staff, but also on the labels of the product. There are so few information codified in a difficult way for customer and for average people that they buy everyday food to understand really all the information on the origin, on the quality, and on the difference between different products. So some products, they are labeled like healthy, but why they are healthy. Some products that they are labeled for the content of nutritional, but they don't speak about really the sustainability they have and how much they can impact, for example, on the planet and then on our health. So we came out with a solution based on especially how in a brick and mortar, so in the retail store, but not only, because it's really important in our model, the digital side, how we can bridge, we can help to innovate the grocery moment, the grocery store. And so that's what is EGRO, like experiential grocery. It's an innovative grocery where the traditional food is like a bridging on digital media to be helped to understand better all the and to find the answer to all the questions we found in our in the problems that we found out with our customer. So we use in-store traceability and digital storytelling to do so. So we develop also guided and simplified, like per region and recipe bundle. We in first person, and then our staff, we train our staff about all the origin and where it's coming from, the food that we sell. And then we are implementing, thanks to also our supplier that are the first innovators with us, all a part of technology that is also blockchain to trace the origin of the product and to be trusted from the consumer. And then also a really fun part, a really interesting part, because we discover that outside Italy, people is really starving of information about the storytelling on the product. That is, everything that is stay behind, they come first of the product. So we produce podcasts about our products and producer, video tutorials to say how to use it the best, the product during the cooking, for example. So we are really focused also to accelerate and to increase the knowledge of the people to be able to cook the best food and to make the best recipe in an easy way and in a fast way. And we started, for example, from extra virgin olive oil. In fact, we are a really rich media database on that. And we apply the same model and the same system to different categories, all the products we are selling in EGRO.
So we can define our model as an hybrid and experiential one. It's a multi-channel, of course, because we forecast to have many brick and mortars, so some shops, and of course the online platform. Everything is as a roundabout, no? Also because the shopping journey is always a circle. You can start from the shop, and you can continue at home online. You can start online, and you can come to finish, for example, making some live tasting in our shops. It's very important for us to preserve and to work on the high quality and sustainability as the keywords of this present time and not only for the future. It's very important for us. It's very important for the supply chain that we want to represent directly here. So we decided, for example, not covering the label and the brand also of each small producers with, for example, our own label, but as a white label, for example, but instead we decided to give all to all of them, each one, their own visibility, because behind a label, there is a very, very long work on the final product that we are going to select, and of course to offer to the foreign market, UK market. So product experience and the personal experience, because shopping is always a personal experience, not only a general experience or a common experience.
To do so, we integrate the best technology that is on the market. We don't want to invent everything new. Instead, there are great products, there are great platforms, and like you can see, we run from using Shopify, Deliveroo Peak, but also on this media side, Lockwiz, that, for example, it's our platform to share podcasts. We organize Meetup, Eventbrite, and of course, we have a sustainability side. So really sustainable, we sustainably run, for example, we can, and our customer can plant tree or Too Good To Go to save everything, and so not having waste. We are a no waste business. Something really important, it's really, we believe that we are what we eat. And in these days is main importance. And of course, the market is telling to us this, all the researchers on the market, they are showing increasing on the, on the needs of the customer to know, for example, having a conscious approach on the origin and traceability, like we said, the growth around digital and not only delivery, but also growth of digital sales has improved in these years on 50%. Speaking about UK market, for example, it's worth almost 200 billion pounds, and the organic grocery in UK is worth almost 3 billion pounds. And these are data that are growing and are really getting a lot of market shares in this time. Our target is it comes from 25 to over 55, so we have a wide range of age, but then we have a precise target on personas that are really raffinated, young professional, and people that have also traveled, and so they know the real authenticity of the product that they buy and the food that they're gonna buy. On the marketing strategy,
yes, just some pillow about our our marketing strategies. As for example, what happens in our shop as experience events or some special events too. Of course, all our promotion and uniqueness that will be declined in really long storytelling, but also amazing storytelling, because food is amazing, is fancy, is perhaps the most amazing experience that we all over the world want to do. We have, a well-defined strategy, as for example, online and of course offline. We are going to focus on loyalty and referral and some upselling technique. Of course, we will use media and broadcasting for our entertainment, and we will develop a specific app that will satisfy each one need and as a personal shopper. Multi-channel strategy for our marketing.
Even like for today, we can also say that it's a great day, because on the multi-channel side, speaking about brick and mortars, the location of the shop is essentially in the decision where we're gonna have it, and then also we can say that we already started to have like press traction, press interest in the media, and so all the strategies are already like becoming real. On the growth side, instead, I'm gonna go fast on this one, but we have a strategy of growth. So having different shops, we're gonna study on focus on the first one, also all the model to grow in a really fast way after the first 6 months of running the first shop. That it will be in London, and we can say today in Islington specifically. What it means hybrid conversion for us is essential. Everybody now, it's on the phone, on our smartphone. We discover new brands, we discover new places thanks to social media, and then we found that there is a big lack in the retail sector. There are just some sector, speaking about categories, product that are innovating. In the food sector, instead, there is nobody that is innovating on the store side, implementing digital support to make marketing and to be able for the customer to know more about what they buy. We have already an average purchase that we are increasing, the average ticket of more than £30. And instead, of course, for convenience on the, for example, on the weight and also on the way that they can get the products online, the average purchase is even higher. We have really a good concentration, really good focus on the style, how our shop they are during our pop-up, because we did 5 months of pop-up in Islington. We had the customers saying, "Oh, this is the Apple store in brackets of food." So this is really the kind of experience interaction we want to give to customer inside our shops.
Logistics is very important. Logistics is main issues during these days in UK too, but we set the logistic. I think working also along these 2 years So it's very important we can say that we direct import from Italy, from the producer to UK now, because we are in UK, and it's really important to track all the supply chain and also our logistics. For example, it uses some device and specific device or specific suppliers that can guarantee
the cold, for example, the cold chain, and to be like always in time. And then not just UK, this is just the start, but also our partner and ourselves, we are ready to scale and to deliver and to export made in Italy all over the world. The categories, of course, you're gonna find in our grocery the main categories that complete our diet and our shopping. I say our in all the person that buy food, but then we are focused also in really rare and particular products that come from our country, but not only, because we have also a fusion vision and going to give satisfaction to different kind of palates and different kind of food. On the app, like Selena said, it would be one of the pillars of our model. Or now we are running a web app, so we are web-based, but we are developing with our developer a mobile app where the customer can find different answers, not only about the products, not only about the brands, but especially themselves. So we want to have our customer to have an healthy life, and thanks to healthy diet. Healthy, it doesn't mean dietetic, but it means natural, it means authentic, it means a low transformed product. And thanks to us, they can also make an easy cooking, fast cooking to have something delicious and really tasty, thanks to also an easy smartphone mobile app. The technology we integrate, we already speak about it. I'm gonna go fast also on this one, but like Selena said, on the inventory, we use the best and cutting-edge technology. We use QR codes in our shop to give an easy access to the digital media. We love podcasts because podcasts, we think they are really easy to share. They are not like capturing too much of the attention on the screen, but they can our customer, they love to listen to podcasts at home, like in shop, and still looking around or looking the product as well. E-commerce, of course, it's growing grocery on e-commerce, so it's an easy buying. Videos, there are different screens in our shop to show also the places where the products are coming from. And really, one of the most important is the data analysis, because our business is data driven. So we base also our inventory and our updating sales on studying the data that they come from the customer, to really improve the experience that the customer can have, and to improve their decision and what they would like to have in our shops. We did the fast competitor analysis. If you want to say some names that are well known.
I mean, the food industry, food market in general, and the grocery ones, it's not a new one. So of course there are some competitors that it's very important, because we will care and we will pay attention to all of them. Some are very famous and well known here in UK, and I mean, they are not new brand, as Selena store, for example, and with an evolution from an Italian ownership to an international one. Bailey and Sage, that they are international, that's UK owners. Prezzemolo and Vitale, that they are from Sicily, we know very well. They started not many years ago, and they are expanding good here in UK. Italy, that they arrived and landed some months ago in Liverpool Street, and everyone knows what Italy is, and it's good for us too. Of course, the bigger as the world food all around the world, or some competitors online as Farm Dog, that it's a very close relationship with the producer, and it's very close to our business model. And of course, Amazon Fresh. We have to consider it. About financials.
A bit of numbers here. We can say we have a growth in 5 years. We want to reach 30 shops, not only in the UK, but internationally. We want to open in different markets where the premium food and premium made in Italy is well recognized. And these are like on the total cost and sales, an aggregation of digital and retail too. Ourselves, we already present ourselves, but we want to just speak about also our Italian team that is growing, is made from Pietro Baracchini, as well like Federico Macciardi, that are really the selector and the part of the quality selection we do every day in Italy as well, and not only here in the UK. Thank you. Well, thank you for the attention, and that's yours.
Thank you, Selena, Alessandro. Thank you very much. I do like it. Now, we have been covering already a lot. May I start from the end? Let's talk about the supply chain. In grocery, physical store, you can check and tracing with the QR code where the food is coming and how it's made and so on. How do you do the same from the website when you buy?
So the experience that the user can do.
Yeah.
Compared to other e-commerce, our e-commerce is really full of information, selected information, standardized information in the sense that we use to categorize, but we like to speak about not only the producer, the origin, but also the organoleptic and nutritional factors. And we use, for example, we are one of the first e-commerce that they use podcast online to summarize and to explain all the storytelling. And then, of course, there is access to deeper and deeper information, depending on how much the user want to go deeper and want to know.
And
yes, please.
Just adding something that it's very, very important when we have to focus our attention on some niche and rare products. Because of course, if we are talking about something that is almost common, or perhaps we can consider it common, it should be easy because I can go on my Amazon Fresh. I know what organic or free range eggs mean, and so I decided to buy it. But there are some products so rare, and we know it because meeting our customer, they say, "What is that? Exactly what is that?" That's, for example, we are Italian, so I think that we know. But what is the colatura di alici? And it's something very incredible, poor from fishmonger product, but someone can be confused and think that it's a maple syrup or something like that. Instead, you can use easily, but you have to know it, and it's easier if we explain with some specific contents and not only with a simple text with the final price of it. Just an example.
But you are quality and not quantity for now, at least for now. So you are going to differentiate yourself. Your value proposition is, we said, the best product. How are you going to cherry pick in the best products?
So we have a wine network that we grow and we continue to grow in Italy and also here in UK. And now also a lot of producers that recognize us like a different way to make and to market their product. So we are really also well known inside the food and beverage industry of premium and quality. And of course, like we said, our quality director and quality team is gonna grow, and so we will have always our eyes and our hands in Italy and on the territory to do so.
You mentioned some big companies, very well funded. How do you manage to compete if you compete with them?
So we're gonna manage, of course, on exclusivity, like also we do. We have exclusivity on some category of products. So we're gonna be the best seller and the best importer and exporter for our producer. So this is one of the best way. And of course, we have an innovative advantage that we are bringing on the market, and also this it will give us customer loyalty, and we believe a lot on because our customers said on us that we can compete because we really are solving their problems when they get inside a grocery and the premium grocery.
I mean, can you get the producer loyalty like the customer loyalty? I mean, means you're working with a small producer, right? That's who they are. Can you achieve selling just you for them, the exclusivity?
On some countries, on some retails, yeah, we will, and we like to do also because we have a side. When I say the exclusivity is not just on the retail, but also on the B2B distribution, and so we will like partner with other retail to implement our model inside our other retails. But then, like importer and like exporter on the two sides, we will be like exclusive, and yeah, we wanted to be competitive on that, and we wanted to play a big role in the food and beverage industry, especially for made in Italy.
I mean, this is for Selena for sure. I mean, you are targeting high level income, you are targeting, anyway, the high party society. People can spend to buy these products. How do you position yourself and how do you reach these people, your customers?
Definitely, we are sure that high quality food is now a luxury industry. It is, but it's a very, very accessible one. And what we want to do is not to create something just for a few people, the rich people that can spend a lot. But our target is not defined in terms of richness, but in terms of knowledge. Or, for example, we have people that can spend a lot for every month for their high quality food and in their shopping, but they want to select something. So they decided to, as I wanted to use this term that for us is usual, that is invest on that. Someone said, for example, I want to choose this sauce. I know that is a little bit more expensive than a common one, but I'm investing on myself and I'm investing on the small producer. I mean, as life, no? And it's very interesting because what we really we can say tried during these last months is the mindfulness and the consciousness of people for being involved in this new way of we want, all of us want to be engaged in a new way of producing. We are talking about tomatoes. We are not talking about jewelry, for example. But if we preserve the small producers, we preserve the kind of, the nature and the rhythm of nature that is really important. I can decide, for example, not to buy something in the wrong season. And I can buy the best in this season. And believe me, it's not expensive. It's not for rich people, but it is for those who can recognize the value of that. And in the young family, our target, 25-40, is the strongest target, definitely for us. And who has needs, of course, they try that and they want to be protagonists, not only customer. And it's really time for good.
Thank you. I mean, if I buy Ferrari, if I am not good in driving, I've done nothing. Okay. So I do believe if I buy good oil, I have to know how to use it. Otherwise, maybe 50% of the potential can come up, but the rest is nothing. So how you were talking before receipts. How can your customers get the best from the products they buy from you?
Of course, getting like inside knowledge inside the store, but then we'll have online, and we have already online all the knowledge needed, and also we codifying those needs in simplifying all the access to, for example, Mediterranean diet, and for example, specifically Italian cooking. Also because Italian cooking, all the recipe, you're never gonna find more than 5 or 6 ingredients. They are good, and this recipe, they are good because they have the best ingredients you can find.
Even though I want to add something that is very important, we don't want to make a new book, a new digital book on Italian recipe. We really think on fusion and international cooking now. We can use, for example, the spices. Spices come from all over the world, and comes from Africa, from Asia, and everywhere we use pepper, for example, peppercorn, or some other spices, or saffron that comes from Italy, but not only from Italy. And that's important. That's important that if you use the best ingredients, you can use also on your original, cultural original cooking style. We can confirm really, and we are sure of this, because mostly our customers are not Italian. So they come from all over the world, and they use extra virgin olive oil also for preparing now, I don't know, a good ramen soup. So I know it's a little bit tricky, but it happens.
You just said you're opening a first store. And what's the balance between street and brick and mortar and online store, or anywhere, web? And let me ask, what's always going to be your scale up business model?
Yeah, the balance now, it's on average of the market. It's really growing the online buying. But then the brick and mortar is so important because we give something more in our model. That if, for example, is just it seems like basic, but is essential for us. That is the tasting and the knowledge. So just knowing and having that touch point for the customer with a new product, but not only with a new product, with an increased quality for a reasonable price, or sometimes for the same price they can find somewhere else, is the best way then to have them loyal on buying online, and to have and to repeat their purchase online. For example, here in the UK, London, it's really a place where a lot of people living also outside the city, they can have, and they have, for example, we have many customers from the countryside or from the south of England. They have been in our store, they try our product, and then they continue to order as well. So we want to have a balance where the brick and mortar is important, like touching point, but then they will have the habit to order every week online on our store. So we don't need, for example, the UK to have a lot of stores like our competitor does, but we want it to be like in the smartphone of all our customers, and to be with them every day in the relationship with their food and our food.
Hope I can come to the opening for the first one. Now, let me close with, do you have any message for investors why they should invest in your venture, and if, how they can exit successfully?
So the message is we believe we are what we eat, and thinking about the future, we think really the international market needs a nicer quality of food, and needs more contact with who produce this authentic food, that is, and they are farmers, but they are like not just farmers in the old-fashioned way, but they are really entrepreneurs. So we have, and the investor gonna also invest in a network of high quality entrepreneurs and companies that are really the cutting edge of the best you can find on the market. On the exit side, we want to have at least a one-century company that is growing. So we want to go as soon also on a worldwide scale. We started from the UK because logistically, let's say it's easy and close, but then we are ready to scale in other markets, important markets. So also we want to attract a worldwide investor on this, because made in Italy, like we said, and we don't say it, it's the market saying it, it's one of the most powerful brands all around the world.
I do believe so. Can go everywhere. Alessandro, Selena, thank you very much for coming to BizTalk. It's been a very great pleasure for me having you with me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Max.